As the club works hard to bring in a new winger, internal pressure is building, and there's now a major condition Barcelona must meet before closing any deal. Meanwhile, their priority target has shown true passion and loyalty, rejecting a multi-million-euro offer just to keep his dream of playing for Barcelona alive. Don't miss this explosive update on the club's transfer situation and what's really happening behind the scenes. According to a fresh update from Mundo Deportivo, the internal debate at Barcelona surrounding the signing of Nico Williams is growing louder and more complex by the day. While the 22-year-old winger has shown clear interest in joining the Catalan club and even had his agent, Felix Tinta, meet with sporting director Deco last Friday in Barcelona, doubts remain strong within the club hierarchy. Barcelona are actively looking to reinforce the squad this summer, particularly on the wings, but the path to bringing in a high-profile player like Nico is riddled with contradictions and complications. Sources within the club admit that there is no unanimous agreement on whether pursuing the athletic club winger is the right move, especially considering what unfolded last summer and the financial realities they are still grappling with today. Issues in signing Nico Williams. While Nico's desire to wear the Barca shirt is no longer in question, the real issue lies in financing the operation. Athletic Club have made it clear that they will not entertain negotiations and they will only accept the activation of the player's release clause, which, including the consumer price index adjustment, would cost around 64 million euros. On top of that, the clause must be paid in full upfront, a condition that presents a major financial hurdle for a club still recovering economically and already having committed over 25 million euros for goalkeeper Joan Garcia. Need more sales. What remains clear is whether it is Nico or another winger, no major signing will be possible unless significant player sales occur. The club has made it a point to communicate that any transfer of such financial weight must be preceded by an exit that replenishes their funds. The interest in Nico has not gone away, and the player himself is reportedly willing to wait. However, the next few weeks could be decisive. Without a key departure, Barcelona may once again find themselves admiring the winger from afar, unable to act on their interest due to constraints that are as financial as they are strategic. Barcelona's top target has turned down a huge multi-million-euro offer from another club to follow his dream of playing at Camp Nou. According to an update from Mundo Deportivo, Luis Diaz is doing everything in his power to secure a move to Barcelona this summer, even pausing his contract renewal negotiations with Liverpool. The Colombian winger has made it clear that his dream is to wear the Blaugrana shirt, and he recently rejected a lucrative offer from another club in favor of waiting for Barca. It is worth noting that with Joan Garcia's signing already completed, the club has now shifted their focus to bolstering the left wing. Sporting director Deco has been working on several names, but Luis Diaz sits right at the top of the list. Other contenders include Nico Williams of Athletic Club and Manchester United's Marcus Rashford, while free agent Ivan Perisic remains a wild card option for Hansi Flick if conditions align. Luis Diaz has emerged as Barcelona's top transfer priority, as the club focuses on strengthening their attack with his signing. Among these targets, Diaz stands out not only for his profile as a right-footed attacker but also for his sheer determination to join Barcelona. A lifelong fan of the club inspired by his father, Diaz has shown strong personal interest in the move. In a recent interview he admitted, "We are talking to clubs," and although he did not name Barcelona, it was seen internally as a clear hint towards his intentions. The 28-year-old winger feels undervalued at Liverpool, especially in light of the renewal offer presented to him, which he has now placed on hold. Barcelona are fully aware of the entire situation and are closely monitoring every detail behind the scenes. His decision to reject a multi-million-pound offer elsewhere to keep the door open for a move to the Camp Nou speaks volumes about his commitment. Within Barcelona, the message is being received loud and clear that Diaz is ready to make sacrifices to become a part of the new project under Flick. However, turning desire into reality won't be simple. Liverpool are expected to demand a substantial fee, possibly north of 80 million euros, which could make negotiations difficult for a Barca side still recovering financially. Despite this, the Catalan club is encouraged by the player's stance and sees his willingness to push for the move as a major advantage heading into talks. It's clear, Barcelona's path to signing a new winger isn't easy. With internal demands and financial limits, the club must act wisely to secure their future stars. But the dream is alive. The fact that a top talent has turned down big money just to wear the Barca jersey shows how powerful the club's name still is. Stay locked in for more updates and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the for the latest on Barca's transfer saga. Big breaking news from Camp Nou. Barcelona are suddenly in a favorable position to sign Nico Williams and Luis Diaz, two of the most explosive wingers in European football. At the same time, the club is making tough contract decisions, as reports now claim they are unwilling to renew the deal of a versatile defender, a sign of serious restructuring under Hansi Flick's new era. Stay tuned as we break down what this means for the summer transfer window and Barcelona's new project. Last summer, the offices in Catalonia were seriously vacillating over two names as top targets, Nico Williams and Dani Olmo. The latter ended up arriving, but it was the former who was seen to be the primary target. Barcelona's open pursuit of the winger, however, ended in rejection, and Joan Laporta and company declared that the train to Catalonia would only pass by once, implying they would not return to the race to sign the Basque player. Despite that, however, the player's name is back in the Catalan media and brings out an intricate, yet open three-way link between Barcelona, Liverpool and Athletic Club as relayed by AS. The player's desire. 1 year after Barcelona's interest in Nico, the Catalans are still looking for a new left winger despite Rafinha's stellar season. The Basque star, meanwhile, is more open to a departure and has interest from Arsenal and Bayern Munich. In the meantime, it is to be noted that the Catalans found interest in Liverpool's Luis Diaz and openly pursued his signing this summer, transmitting the idea that Nico indeed was no longer an option for them. After all, the deal would even work out better financially. It is not a coincidence that Williams' agent, Felix Tejeda, was seen meeting Deco earlier this week in Barcelona to convey his client's interest in reigniting talks and discussing a possible move. The Spanish international dreams of playing for the Blaugrana and uniting with his compatriots, including Lamine Yamal, Pedri and Gavi, with whom he shares a special bond. Moreover, Joan Laporta and company are aware that Nico is the fan favorite signing. Williams is currently in talks to extend his contract in the Basque Country, which runs out in 2027, but could well opt to leave if Barcelona register interest. He is even reportedly willing to take a pay cut and has spoken with Hansi Flick. Barcelona have suddenly turned things around in their pursuit of the Liverpool forward. After facing financial roadblocks, the club has sent a clear message to the Premier League side that their forward is not the only player on their agenda. This could turn out to be a major coup, as Liverpool might need to balance their funds after spending more than €150 million in the transfer market. The tide could turn anywhere this summer for Barcelona. Nico Williams has once again become a hot topic at FC Barcelona, with the club now looking to find a way to reach an agreement with Athletic Club. The 22-year-old winger has emerged as one of the most promising wide attackers in Europe, and behind the scenes he is doing everything he can to push for a move to the Camp Nou. Nico Williams has made a personal appeal to Barcelona players, expressing his strong desire to join the club and urging them to support his move. Though he hasn't made any public statements, Diario Sport reports that his desire is crystal clear. He wants to play for Barca. During the final stretch of Spain's training camp, Nico even told several of his friends in the Blaugrana dressing room, Lamine Yamal, Pedri, Fermin and Pau Cubarsí, just how badly he wants the transfer. The winger's message to the Barcelona players was simple: "Bro, take me." Nico's camp has already taken steps to test the waters. His agent met discreetly with Barca sporting director Deco in Barcelona this week to explore the deal. There's genuine excitement in the dressing room too. Lamine Yamal recently posted a photo of himself with Nico, celebrating a Spain goal with no caption. The forward is reportedly working behind the scenes to ensure that Nico joins Barcelona, though a lot may ultimately boil down to the club's economic capacity. The Spaniard's €62 million release clause is no pocket change, especially for Barcelona, who are operating under tight restrictions and monitoring from UEFA and La Liga. Still, Nico ticks all the boxes for Barca, young, La Liga proven, and already well connected within the squad. With Luis Diaz's price tag proving too steep and Marcus Rashford's situation still unclear, Nico is quickly becoming the most realistic and desirable option for the left wing. Barcelona have reportedly chosen not to extend the contract of one of their versatile defenders, indicating he could be on his way out as part of the squad overhaul. As Barcelona gear up for a busy summer ahead, the club are expected to sanction multiple exits in an attempt to lower the wage bill. Andreas Christensen is one of many players who have emerged as potential exit candidates, with his current contract expiring at the end of next season. Barcelona have decided not to extend Andreas Christensen's contract. Despite his solid performances, the club has no plans to offer him a renewal, signaling that he may not be part of their long-term project under the new management. A recent report from Diario Sport has pointed out how Christensen is facing an uncertain future at Barcelona. With a year left on his contract, Barca ideally want to offload the Danish international this summer. However, it appears unlikely that he will be sold, perhaps due to a lack of suitor or the player's desire to continue at Camp Nou. The report does suggest that Christensen remains keen on playing for Barcelona despite the fact that he has fallen behind Íñigo Martínez, Pau Cubarsí and Ronald Araujo in the pecking order. Even if Barcelona fail to find a suitor for Christensen, the club are not expected to hand him a renewal. This is quite unexpected considering the fact that Barca have been quite open to renewing the contracts of unwanted stars with an expiring contract. Barcelona have followed this principle simply to have more control over the player's future. The club are, in fact, considering a similar renewal for Pablo Torre, another unwanted star. But that won't happen with Christensen, who had joined the club on a free transfer and, provided he doesn't leave this summer, may even leave on a Bosman move. Fortunately, the Dane's salary does not rank among the highest in the squad, and Hansi Flick, therefore, can always utilize him as a squad player next season. To wrap it up, Barcelona's transfer activity is heating up fast. With Nico Williams and Luis Diaz potentially on their way to the Spotify Camp Nou, and contract decisions like the defender's exit, this signals a bold new vision for the team. Will these moves finally bring back European glory to Barcelona? Let us know in the comments and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that for the latest Barca updates every day.